So let's take a look and see how we're able to create sites within Liferay. We're going to walk through this, in Liferay itself, but let's take a look first and talk about conceptually how do we do this. So when we create a site within Liferay, we first need to make sure we're the administrator or we're signed in as the administrator. So to create a site, we're going to be heading over to the control panel, followed by sites. From there, it'll give us a couple of different options as we're creating the site. But once we create the site itself, we can then create pages within the site. Again, we have two different options when we're creating a page. We're going to have what's known as a widget page and then a content page. The widget page is the traditional page that we've been using since a long time in Liferay. Content page is the new type of page that's used to display page fragments. So two different ways, traditionally and the new way. As we're creating our sites, it can be really tedious to create the same site over and over again from scratch. And so one of the ways that we can sort of expedite the process is through these things called site templates. What site templates allows us to do is to create just that, a template or a pre-configured site, and then we can create new sites based off of that template. Right? It's quite literally a cookie cutter for sites, right? Just create as many sites as you want based off of the template. And what's cool about the template is the template itself can contain as many pages as you need. It'll also have different layout templates. So if you create a page and you want it to be split down the middle, you can do that. You want 3 columns, 33% each, you can do that as well. And that's done through layout templates. You can also add widgets or applications to your site templates. So create a site, create a page. The page has a specific layout. Put widgets or applications onto that page. And then you can also configure those widgets or those apps, right? And everything that you do in the template will be saved. If you want a specific color for the widget, that configuration will be saved. If you want a specific name for the widget, that configuration will be saved as well. So whatever you do in the site template, whether it's add stuff, configure stuff, all of that is going to be made available in the template. Let's take a look at this. So when we're creating our first site, we're going to take a look and we're going to find our default sites, right? So we have a couple of different templates that are already given to us. We might use those, we might not. And then from there, we're going to create the site. So add some easy details and then go from there. Once we create the first site, we'll see how we're able to add a couple of other sites. We have this idea of site hierarchy. So parent-child site. What this allows us to do is share content between those two different sites. And we'll also get to see a private site. We'll go into this in a little more detail, but we can control who is a part of the site, right? We can say all are welcome, or you can say I will choose you and I will not choose you. We have that kind of flexibility with our sites and who is a member of the sites. So let's summarize the things that we've talked about here with sites. When we're building our sites within Liferay, pretty simple to add content there. So let's hit these main points here. So applications and widgets are what's going to be used to display content in pages. As a heads up, sometimes people might use the term interchangeably. Just know that they're more or less the same thing. Site templates can be used to make copies of the same site across the platform. Again, just think cookie cutter, right? Just cookie cutter your sites. You can change site content after a site is created from a site template, right? So if you create a site, put some content on the template, you can always swap it out if you want. And then project templates can build a general platform, which can then be modified. You can use those templates to kind of get things up and running really quick. And then from there, change things up as you need. So before we call it good for chapter 1, let's hit a couple of quick key concepts. Sites are used to group or contain content. If you want to display that content, right? You're going to be using pages and maybe widgets or apps. Kind of depends. So main point here, sites are used to contain content. Pages are used to display those contents. When we talk about the different types of content within Liferay, we have a term in Liferay called assets. Not only do assets kind of encompass all of the different content types within Liferay, we have some commonality amongst all of our different assets, right? Tagging, relating content, relating assets, flagging, commenting, and so on, right? If we want to create sites, right, we can do so pretty simply, and we can also take advantage of templates to help us out. And before I forget, one of the new ideas or concepts that we have here in Liferay 7.1 are page fragments, right? Reusable chunks of content that we can customize and use on our pages. So very good. This wraps it up for chapter 1, and I'll be seeing you in the next chapter.